Hey guys, as you can see, this is actually not me currently playing, but instead of past me playing, because, you gotta have something to keep you guys entertained while I explain. So, as you can read from the title, this video is all about explaining why Undertale fan games are so difficult. Now, for me personally, I believe that the reason is very, very simple. Most of these Undertale fan games, or as I'm going to call them from now on, Sans fan games, are for who is likely going to play it. Now, who's going to likely play these games, you ask? Well, obviously, the people who constantly play all the other Sans fan games. Now, if someone's played a game over and over again, then eventually, it's going to get boring, right? So, what do? Well, make it harder. Because, that's one of the easiest ways to make new attack patterns. And so that's what they do. They make the game harder. And all of a sudden, now the person who's bored is now entertained. As they got something to actually play. Something challenging, Of course, unfortunately, that makes a lot of people think that these Sansei games are Sans fan games are, not that good, but that's not the truth. These games are wonderful, but unfortunately some of us just can't understand that because we aren't the target demographic. Of course I am, but I mean, if you clicked on this video, then you probably aren't. But that's the first reason why these games are so difficult. Now, it's the second reason, which has less to do with the difficulty, more the reason for why every game has to be a seance. It's quite simple. How else are you supposed to bring people in to play your game? Because, these games are made for free. They don't get paid for making these games. They never will. I mean, they'll probably get paid for, people who decide to watch the songs or listen to songs. But at the end of the day, that's still sometimes isn't going to be enough to cover just how long of a process it is making games these days. Because, the farther in we are, the harder the game's got to be in terms of development. Because, you aren't going to really accept it if it's just 2 pixels anymore, are you? And if you aren't going to make a fully fledged game, especially because you aren't going to make any money from it, then what's the next best thing? Well, just make one fight. Make yourself only have to do one thing, and voila. You saved yourself from a lot of work. But if you do that, then, I mean, it's not like if you really got to worry about the normies, because, I mean, the only times that they're actually going to play a game like this, aka, normal YouTubers, is going to be whenever it's a fully fledged game like Undertale Yellow, which is, or TS Underswap, but that's why those games are easy and not these, because they've got to worry about they've got to worry about everyone who's gonna play. Well, normally they don't really have to worry, but that is what I personally believe is the reason for all these games being difficult. I know this video is kind of short, but I mean, I just want to quickly make this because sometimes I'll be watching these videos about Undertale fan games, and all the time I'll see people complain like, man, these games are so difficult. So I just had to give them an explanation. But that's going to be it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and most importantly of all, smile.